What is up, YouTube? My name is Alex. Welcome back to the Lifting Nomads. And over the last few months, I've seen a stark increase in the number of people showing their diets on YouTube and Instagram, saying they're eating like 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 calories as like a fitness person. And I'm calling cap a little bit. I saw a girl who was like maybe 130 pounds, and she's saying she doesn't count calories at all. She eats 2,800 calories a day, and she's completely shredded. So I wanted to break that down a little bit and show you what someone with actual below average, like bottom of the barrel genetics has for metabolism and what I can eat in a day. So it is bright and early. It is like 6 a.m. and I'm going to go through a full day of what I eat and how many calories and how much activity I do in order to stay in shape as someone who has bad genetics. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So for me personally, like my morning routine is pretty simple. I think like most people, like wake up, make my bed. It's one of those things that goes a long way towards your mental health. And they say like a clean workspace and a clean home space is the key to having good mental health. So every morning since I was, I don't know, 16 or 17, I woke up and make my bed. I think it's just nice to come home to, like, no matter how shitty of a day you have, you come home to a clean bed and it's kind of just a nice feeling. I think I sleep better as well when I do make my bed. After that, I usually go into some journaling for the day. I don't journal too much. I more so just write like to-do lists of the things I have to do that day. Everything from work to fitness to like my YouTube channel to like anything personal like laundry or clean my room or clean my bathroom, something like that. So that's what I usually do. Sometimes I'll do gratitude at the end of the day. After journaling, it's time to get ready for the day. So I'll wash my face. I wash my face every morning and night. I think it's really, really important. And one of the reasons I look so young, I'd like to say, once I wash my face, always dry it with a clean towel. This is a designated face towel. As you can see, it's like half the size of a full body one. I always keep that clean, wash it every single week. That way you're not like rubbing your dirty towels on your face. Put a little sunscreen and eye cream on your face as always. That's the key to looking young. And then after this, I kind of get my day going.
Alright, so the morning routine is done. I'm looking fresh, looking clean, ready to go. So I'm gonna go get my breakfast in, and it's worth mentioning at the start of this video, I am 5'11", about 165 pounds, so I'm not a small person, definitely not like a large person, but at the same time, like my estimated calories is very, very precise. I use food scales, I use calorie trackers. I've been doing this a very long time. I know how many calories I can eat in a day in order to lose weight, in order to maintain, in order to gain weight. And unfortunately, it's going to be a lot less than people realize. So let's get into the first meal of the day, my pre-workout meal, and then let's get to the gym. So we are ready to go with meal number one, my pre-workout frozen berries and protein. I do have to be kind of quiet because it's still very early and I'm not trying to wake up my roommates. But the macros for this meal should be on screen right now. But for the whole bowl, it's just 319 calories, 26 grams of carbs, 6.5 grams of fat, and 39.6 grams of protein. So just about 40 grams of protein in this little bowl for 300 calories. And today is a rest day, so I'm just doing cardio and a little stretching. So I don't need that many carbs and that many calories before my meals. Sometimes if I'm trying to like really lift as heavy as I can, I'll eat a little bit more before my morning workout. But today it's just gonna be really easy cardio. So let me crush this and then we'll head off to the gym.
It's a nice, depressing gray morning in Toronto, as usual in the fall and winter months when walking to the gym is gray and cloudy. But it's like, at least for me, like losing weight comes down to pretty much obviously like calories in, calories out, but doing enough doing enough activity throughout the day to keep my like daily calorie expenditure high. So cardio and steps and walks. So we're gonna spend a lot of time outside today, but we are almost to the gym now. It's almost time for that cardio. So I will be back. So now we're gonna head back to the house, do some work for a couple hours. I'm gonna grab a coffee first. But generally like my walk to the gym is about like 15 minutes too. So between that, cardio, and then just like walks throughout the day, I usually average like 15,000 steps or so every single day, which is a lot more I think than the average the average person. But it definitely helps like with just burning calories throughout the day without needing to like starve myself. And well, I do that anyways. But yeah, so we're gonna grab a coffee and then we'll head back to the house, do a couple hours of work, and then we'll get meal number 2 on the way, which is gonna be lunch. Not sure what we're gonna have yet. So the audio ended up not saving from me eating that bowl, but that was a pretty common lunch. What I would have most days, generally like eggs, turkey bacon, some veggies cooked up together, stir fry. Ended up with like some Asian seasoning in there, so not too many calories. I added some chives at the end, which again is like not too many calories, but as you see on screen here for that meal. And then I also have a protein shake in the mid-afternoon, as it's like a really low calorie way to get a ton of protein in. So between all of that, the 4 slices of turkey bacon, 120 calories, 4 eggs, 280 calories, frozen veg, I ballpark, it was about 130 calories, let's say. I weighed it, but it ends up being like the portions are a little wonky. So because I switched bags halfway through, as you've noticed from the video maybe, ended up being, let's say 140 calories, and then 1 scoop of protein, 150 calories. So the total for my lunch and then my snack in the mid-afternoon, about 700 calories, 37 grams of carbs, 26 grams of fat, and 72 grams of protein. So now we're looking pretty good. I'm at about 13,000 steps. We're at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Total for the day so far, we're at 1,166 calories, more or less, with 114 grams of protein, still with dinner to come. When I'm dieting, I'm pretty much always trying to get like 15,000 steps a day at the minimum. Unfortunately for me, I am 5'11", I'm relatively in shape, and weigh like 163 around there pounds. Unfortunately, the only way I can get proper shredded is to eat like 1,700 to 1,800 calories a day. My metabolism is not great. I'm not able to eat more than that. Someone my size and my activity level doing cardio 45 minutes, 6 days a week, and strength training 4 times a week should be able to eat around 2,400 to 2,500 and still be losing weight. Unfortunately, I just do not have a good metabolism, and that's all I can eat. And I think it's just worth sharing this video because of that. I use a food scale, I use a calorie calculator. I've been doing this a very long time. I've gotten used to it, but that is just the reality of myself weighing a scale every single day of how much I weigh. I do not lose weight unless my calories for the week are averaged about 1,700, 1,800 a day. And it's unfortunate and it sucks. And I see these videos of like people eating 3,000, 4,000, 4,500 calories, and they're like the same height and age as me. And I really can't fathom it. If I ate that much for a week, I would gain like 5 pounds. And it's just the reality of like having bad genetics of how much your body burns, and like maybe I can end up building more muscle in the future, but my body doesn't respond very well to training. I don't respond very well to dieting. It is just a very tough thing for me to do, and I think that's hopefully valuable for other people to learn, is that we're not all the same. And I would say even there's a little fugazi going on. I've talked about this at the beginning of the video, but that tiny girl who doesn't calculate what she eats, eating 2,900 calories while keeping her abs year round, I believe that's likely due to performance enhancing drugs. First of all, it's very, very difficult for women to get a defined six-pack. They tend to carry more body fat. That's just a scientific fact. That's why like stage lean bikini competitors or fitness competitors in the female industry tend to be even 5% heavier on body fat at the very top level of fitness, because they just tend to carry more fat on their bodies. Now, with that being said, maybe she's the one in the 9 billion people on earth that has the most gifted genetics of anyone, but who's for me to say. But at the same time, you have to think about your genetics on not just the fitness scale, right? There's always to look at it something like, let's say Usain Bolt, right? If you trained as perfectly as he did and you ate as well as he did, you could train your entire life and you will never, if you're not built for that, you will potentially never even crack the top 10 or 5% in the world for running. It's just a matter of that humans are designed for certain things. Usain Bolt was put on this planet to run. That is his gift. That is what he's best at. Same reason people who are 7 feet tall play in the NBA. That's what they were gifted. So when you look at yourself, maybe you're not meant to be a fitness competitor, but you can still get in incredible shape, but then maybe you're really tall, or maybe you're good looking, or maybe you're smart, maybe you have a good character, maybe you can speak multiple languages because you grew up in an interesting household, maybe you're gifted musically and you can play the piano. So it's not just as clear cut as you have good genetics for fitness. Mostly everyone is good at something. Like I myself, I don't respond well to training. I don't respond well to dieting. That's a fact. But, I have a full head of hair and I'm almost 30 years old. I look very young for my age. I like to say I'm relatively intelligent. I've traveled a lot. I have a decent job. So it's pluses and minuses across the board, and don't get too caught up in just the fitness side of things. So that's my little spiel for the afternoon meals. We're going to do a little bit more work here. I have my Spanish class this afternoon, and then we're going to finish with one of my meal prep meals and wrap up the day with likely another walk. And I will see you then. All right, last meal of the day. I've been doing these Factor meal plans. Little different up here in Canada than what you would get in the United States, but basically they're pre-cooked meals. They kind of come in these little dishes with a plastic top, and you just pretty much poke holes in the top, throw in the microwave for a couple minutes, and you peel back the plastic, and it's super fresh, delivered to you once a week. I get mine on Mondays, and you get to pick the meals from a selection of 20 to 25 different dishes. This is creamy Parmesan chicken with roasted broccoli and tomatoes. And what I really like about it, obviously it's fresh, it's really, really good food. And then they also have, hopefully this will focus in here, the actual nutrition facts for what you're eating on the back of each box. So this is 640 calories, 45 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs, and 44 grams of protein. So definitely a little higher on fat than I would like, but I only eat one of these a day, and I don't really have fats in most of my other meals, so it's not too bad, I don't think. And in this, for instance, the fat's coming from chicken and the fat's coming from cheese, so there's really not, it's not terrible, I don't think. It's not like I'm eating something horrible for you. So with this coming in for the final total for the day, my calories is 1,806. If I go into my macros here, 114 grams of carbs, 81 grams of fat, and 161 grams of protein. So right now I'm weighing right about 163 pounds. So that's pretty much 1 gram of protein per gram or per pound of body weight. So pretty good for the day. I think that's pretty normal eating for me for the day. I'm at 14,000 steps right now. I'm about to finish this and then go for another probably half an hour to 45-minute walk around the city. So I usually end the day around 17,000 to 18,000 steps. And for me, unfortunately, that is how I'm able to lose weight. It is not easy. It takes me a lot of activity and not a lot of food. But unfortunately, that's my metabolism and how much I have to do in order to lose a few pounds. When I was getting proper shredded from the 185 down to the 150s, this is how I did it. I did it for 6 months straight in order to keep that, and I have to maintain this kind of year round. Otherwise, if I eat more than 2,000 calories, even with this much activity, I'll gain weight immediately. So the purpose of this video hopefully was useful to see what an actual person is eating on a normal basis. Just don't take everything you see on Instagram as face value. I think people can get caught up in believing someone you've been following for a long time that if they're able to eat 3,000 calories and not gain weight, amazing. I know for a fact biologically I can't do it. I would gain 10 pounds a month if I was eating that much food. So unfortunately for me, that's that's how it is. So yeah, hopefully this video was useful. I am starving because I have not, obviously, as you've seen, not eaten too much food today. So I'm gonna crush this, but hopefully this video was useful to see what you can actually expect when you are trying to diet in a realistic way. But yeah, welcome back to Lifting Nomad. As always, my name's Alex. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.